a mi show. Welcome to Catching Up with Claudia. Now, ojalá que se puedan quedar hasta el final para que puedan escuchar lo que va a compartir mi invitada o mi invitado. Así es que no se les olvide también de seguirnos por las redes sociales. Estamos en todas las plataformas. Hasta luego. Hola, ¿cómo están todos? How are you? This is la super comadre Claudia of RadioCrystalUSA.com. This is online radio, but you can always watch us too on all of our social media platforms. Now, welcome to episode number 321. Now, if you're new to this, welcome to the live stream and the recording of La Super Comadre Claudia and the Claudia Macias podcast. If you're joining for the first time, I just want to say that this is a time and a space for me to share my thoughts, ideas, also have guests that are going to come on and share their journey, their resources, and uplifting them. This is what this platform is about, uplifting stories. And I will always bring on people and stories that are for the benefit of humankind. Now, you may not always agree with who I bring on or my thoughts and ideas, but that's okay because you can always turn it off and that's fine. But I hope you stay because even if you may not agree, you may say, that's something new. Maybe I should tune in. Maybe I should look into that. Maybe I should research it and know a little bit more about what's being shared. Now, a little bit about me if you're new. I'm a mom. I got two amazing, teenage daughters. My background is education. I'm now working in the mental health space. That's my day job. And I am a lover of music, of dance, and of naps. Yes, naps. I'm curious. I love to collaborate. I'm committed. I love to build community, be in community, and I'm an uplifter of stories and ideas and just beautiful things. So now, before we get started, today is 11/11. It's a magical number for some of you that believe, and if you don't, look into it. But it's also a day to honor veterans, and I'm just going to take a little time to give a shout out to two amazing, wonderful family members who, served. My dad, Pedro Macias, he was in the Army, and then my little brother, Eddie Eduardo Macias, who is a Marine. I guess once a Marine, always a Marine. That's what they say. But I want to give a little shout out to my dad and my brother who sacrificed, especially my brother who actually went to war and came back. He's okay. So thank you for putting your lives on the line. Thank you to all of our veterans who stepped in and made sure that they did the work that needed to be done for us to have, I guess, some of the things that we have freedom. So we'll talk about that later, but thank you. But before we get started, I just want to say welcome. Get your tea, get your water, get relaxed. As you can see, I got some pinkness about me because today's episode is very, very special. It's near and dear to my heart. It's a breast cancer awareness episode. And why is it near and dear to my heart? Okay, first of all, my mom is a breast cancer survivor. My mom is still alive and kicking. Emphasize the kicking, because even though she's a little old, she tells you what you need to do, when to do it, and how to do it. And I love that about her most of the time. And my grandmother was also, she's no longer here, may she rest in peace, but she was also a breast cancer survivor. So, she went through that as well. And that's why this is so special to me and why bringing awareness, even though it was in October, that's okay. We're extending into November. Because awareness should be October and beyond. And my guest that's coming on today is going to share her journey, her story. And so our guest, Whitney Ray Hill, shares her journey of resilience and renewal. And I'm hoping that you get a chance to take away something that you can use, something that's inspirational, something that gives you hope. And also, I want to take some time to also honor those that might not be here because of this, and families that might have lost loved ones to this. And I don't know your names and I don't know their names, but I'm just giving this thought to the world, the universe, that that I'm sorry for what you had to go through. Um, so, but now we have some sponsors that we would like. So I don't know if my comadre Liliana, I know you're back there taking care of everything. Please bring on our sponsors that are always there, making sure that what we have comes on the air and it's always there for you. So, Comadre Liliana, I know you're back there. There she is. She has brought up Chris Pignon, who just had a birthday. Happy birthday, Chris. He's an amazing photographer. You need your pictures done by Chris. Please contact him. He's a studio, lots of space. He has lots of ideas, but he also works so well with you. You got your ideas, you come on out, you get your picture taken by him. He takes care of me, my family all the time. He says Glam Boutique, you need to get glammed up. Go ahead and get in touch with Ilsa's Glam Boutique. Find her on Facebook. Find her everywhere on social media. Call out to her. She's got pop-up boutiques, Christmas stuff, gifts is coming up, the need for that. You got all kinds of what do you call it? Christmas parties to go to. Get glammed up by Issa's Glam Boutique. And also we have another, yes, Cookie Face Cosmetics, my dear friend Latricia Graves Spencer. She has Cookie Face Cosmetics for you. Go ahead and find her on social media. She's always making sure that my lips, my face, especially my eyelashes. She started with eyelashes, so she makes sure that I am always ready for my appearances when I have to go out there and do some appearances. So thank you, Cookie Face. And also Men Awake. Don't pause. Awaken. So Men Awake was created by the amazing Adriana Rubio Classen, and she has products for you. If you're in perimenopause or menopause or not sure which pause you're in, go ahead and get connected with Men Awake on Facebook, on all social medias. Get your products. Have helped me as well, because I'm in that time of the year for me. Not year, but time of the life for me. But anywho, thank you so much, Viviana, for sharing those amazing sponsors. Please get connected with them. Please patronize them. Great service, great products, great people. All right. So now I'd love to bring on this. I'm gonna do a little intro for her. I wish we had some music and lights and like disco balls, but just pretend that's going on in your head. But today's guest is someone whose light shines even brighter because it was forged through challenge and healing. Whitney Ray Hill is a dynamic speaker. She's a transformational coach, purpose-driven entrepreneur who has turned her journey through stage 3 breast cancer into a powerful mission of hope and transformation. She is a devoted mental health advocate. She is a community builder. Whitney Ray helps others rise from adversity, reconnect with their truth, and live with purpose. So in today's conversation, we'll be exploring what it means to turn pain into passion, to lead with authenticity, and to create a life that inspires healing, not just for ourselves, but for everyone around us. Now, you remember I said I like to bring on people that is for the benefit of man, of humankind, men, women, everyone, all peoples. So get ready to be moved, to get motivated, reminded that even in our darkest moments, transformation is possible. And now I would love to bring on Whitney Ray Hill. Woo! Oh, you got your pink. Yes, I have my pink.
Yes.
So welcome, gorgeous.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Yes. So, wow. When I read your bio, I've done a little bit of what is it, Insta stalking and amazing.
Hey, it's
amazing.
all for a reason.
Yes. And you said earlier, like today was 11/11. I don't know how many times we've scheduled and rescheduled this thing.
Right.
No, You have a tattoo that says,
That says
I love it.
1111.
You know, I'm going to share you mine, you know. Mine says just breathe. And I have another one. You can't see them because they're inkless tattoos.
Oh,
And one says
wow.
keep moving. So keep moving meant we had to keep moving this date on 2/11/11. And here we are. Everything aligns for a reason.
It does.
So,
It's
Goddess
amazing.
Queen,
Yes.
tell the listening audience. Like I feel like a goddess.
We're in it.
Here. We're in it. We're wrapped in it.
I asked her if I could be myself. She said,
Yes, be yourself. Share with my listening audience because it's about inspiring, it's about motivating, and it's also about sharing, you know, the times when times did get dark. Because, you know, out of darkness, what comes out of that? A chance to see light at the end, a chance to have that light at the end of the tunnel. What is that saying that was said at the most darkest times is when you can see the stars shining?
100%. Because your perspective changes.
Yes. So,
you know,
tell us, who is Whitney Ray Hill?
Well,
tell us a little bit about you. A lot of bit about you.
Whitney Ray Hill is the goddess queen. And the reason why I am is because I am a stage 3 breast cancer survivor. So at the age of 31, I was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. And for most people sitting in that moment, they're like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Like, I just, and I want you to picture that you're 31 and you think you have the life that you, like you're just literally having the life of thinking tomorrow is just around the corner. And you have a doctor that walks in and you look to your right and you see your husband and you see your mother in love and you look up and the doctor comes in and the doctor's crying.
Oh.
And in that moment, the doctor says, you have breast cancer. I think a lot of people would love to know, I have all these great, who's Whitney Ray Hill? But in that moment, I switched not to just Whitney Ray Hill, but I switched to the goddess queen because I had to shift for what I was about to go through. You know? So sometimes I don't know who I am.
I love it. And that's okay. And you just said something very telling that I keep hearing from folks that have gone through cancer.
What's
is
that?
the mind shift. That when you start looking at what you're going to eat, what you're going to do with your body, how you're going to think is the biggest part of the battle.
Yes.
So you went from Whitney Ray Hill to the goddess at that moment.
I had to.
Yeah.
Because Whitney Ray mentally was like, oh my God.
Wow.
I had to put that part of me on the back and the goddess queen had to step up and say, hey, we're gonna do this. Okay. Yeah. So what's next? Yeah. I remember just saying, what's next? And what's next led to a total of 7 surgeries. So I had a double mastectomy. So that's removing of both of the breasts. Now, granted, the day before I was going for surgery, for my first surgery, it was just to do one. They got results like right before my surgery and was like, hey, we're seeing something on the other breast. And I was like, oh. And they were like, so what are you thinking? A lumpectomy or another, mastectomy? And I was like, I want both of my headlights the same. And Claudia, just excuse me, I'm comical with a lot of my stuff.
I don't mind you. You need to be sometimes.
Like I had to
The
laugh.
headlights, I love it. Both.
Yeah, I had to laugh.
You
I had to
couldn't have just one headlight out.
I could have one, head out. I was like, might as well do both.
Both headlights. Okay. Now,
And
did the headlights get replaced?
they got fully replaced. So what
You
ended
did.
up happening
Okay.
is I had the double mastectomy, and they had to also remove my nipples because
Okay.
the like the milk duds, there could
Yeah.
be cancer in that too.
Really?
So they had to do something called the lollipop method. And
Oh.
so they had to go up and then
Okay.
around and then take all that. And
Wow.
then after they removed both of the breasts, another surgery was
Uh-huh.
called the deep flap.
Okay.
And so that's whenever, for me, I didn't want to have implants
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't want, just for me,
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
want
Yeah.
something foreign. So
Yeah.
what I ended up having is the deep flap where they took half of my stomach and then
Whoa.
put it
Wow.
in here. So I always
Okay.
like when my stomach is full, I really can feel it here.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I mean, that's the how incredible is the body?
Yeah.
How incredible is the body? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So this is a lot. You were 31 years old and you're given
Mm-hmm.
this information, you turned yourself into the goddess,
Mm-hmm.
right? Did I get it right? The goddess,
The goddess queen.
the goddess queen to help you, I guess, I don't know, but correct me if I'm wrong,
Maneuver.
to go through that, to
Mm-hmm.
navigate, okay, what's next? And the way, like you said, what's next? And wow, 7 surgeries.
Yes.
Headlights redone.
Yes.
Headlights working?
Headlights is a 10
Headlights is
honey.
headlighting?
Headlighting. The other thing is, I
Uh-huh.
love all the doctors that helped me in this journey.
Yeah.
Again, everybody's journey is differently,
Yeah.
but I ended up having the biggest expense when going through breast cancer.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't know is like the plastic surgery. And
Okay.
even if you're not getting anything put in, just the changing of different things. I, being an entrepreneur,
Yeah.
did not have the best insurance,
Yeah.
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 And so I had to go and talk to doctors and
Mm-hmm.
say, like, hey, this is what I'm working with.
Yeah.
So, what can we do? My oncologist, love her to pieces. She was like, hey, I have a candidate that needs, assistance with XYZ. What can you do to support her? He was like, well, let her come over. I need to interview her.
Okay.
He interviewed me and he was like, you know what? He was like, you seem like you're going to be the type that gets through this and tells everybody about it. And I said, I am.
There you go. There's an alignment that needs to happen. I tell you,
Yep.
things happen for a reason. And wow. And I want to take you back because you started when you got the news. And one of the things that I want to highlight too today is how did you end up, going to the doctor? Were you doing like yearly mammograms? Because I know you mentioned about being an entrepreneur. It's very different than working for a business. You get some coverage. How did you feel something? Did your husband feel something? Did you see something? Did someone, how did you find out, or what led you to that?
Find out?
Yeah, to find out.
Okay, so at 21, I had a lump in my breast already at 21.
Okay.
And whenever I remember every year from 21, they would just do an ultrasound because they're like, you're too young to have like any cancers in your breast. And I had something called dense breast. So in my family, it's like most of the women have dense breasts. Also, there was nobody in my family that had a history of breast cancer.
Okay.
So again, since I was 21, I've had this lump in my right breast. Well, one day I was just feeling it And yes, I'm one of those people that I always like touching on myself.
You're like at the stop sign, at the stoplight.
Right.
What's going on? What's
Yeah,
going on?
I'm like,
I find myself doing that too. And the Kegel exercise is like, one,
right.
two,
I'm like,
three.
you gotta
Touch,
keep
touch,
them,
touch,
you know,
Kegel, touch.
right. You gotta know what you like before somebody else can know
That's
what you
right.
like.
Exactly. That's right. Know thyself.
I'm just saying, I know thy body.
Yes.
So I was one day, I was just like touching her or whatever, and I felt something different. And I was like,
Mm.
And my sister, since I was 21, always went with me. So she always joked like, yeah, you just got that lump in your breast or whatever, but it was nothing. But at 31, I remember just feeling, and it was just a shift.
Yeah.
And they did a ultrasound, and then the lady, when she was doing it, see, people, one of my degrees is in communication, body language. Okay.
Oh,
Her body language was showing something's not right.
Yeah.
Something's not right. So then I got those results, and then they were like, we're going to have to do a biopsy.
Yeah.
They did a biopsy. After doing a biopsy, that's whenever. Wow. And crazy enough, they told my husband before they told me. I was like, why did y'all tell?
Right.
He's the one that would freak out.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's kind of crazy because you would think they would tell you first. But how did you feel about, so how did he take it? How did your mom take it? Because you stepped into the goddess, role.
I did.
Right?
Yeah, I shifted.
How about your team that was there with you? How did they take it? And how did you help them transfer that knowledge if you needed to?
So as far as whenever I remember, I'm not gonna lie, it was a moment where I feel like I got numb. Like I was just numb and just doing. You ever had it where you're just going through the motion, but you're not like mentally?
Yeah. Where you showed up from work to house and you're like, how'd I get here? I'm like, I knew I was driving.
And I'm not gonna lie, after 7 surgeries, that's whenever that shifted off, that was something different.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother story. But I'm talking about in the journey, like when that happened, I was worried about everybody else rather than myself, because I wasn't taught properly how to make sure to take care of self.
You too? Why do we do that? Why? Okay. Why? Okay. You know what? I'm breaking that. We are breaking those. What did you say earlier? We were talking offline about breaking generational.
Yeah, generational curses. Yes. We're the legend. Like we're the, what they saw as like the black sheep is actually we're changing the trajectory of things that were placed on us and removing it.
Because you said earlier we were comparing our families and how we grew up.
Yeah.
You shared your mom, I shared my mom, and even though my mom didn't work out of the home, she worked a lot, but she always put herself last.
Yes.
Did you see that too?
Maybe not. I didn't. I saw, because my mom was a very like corporate and business driven woman.
Yeah.
It was about business.
Yeah. So she put a lot of business first, but what about her business? I guess.
And you know what?
Her business?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Yeah. Same here, because it's hard. I mean, I've had to, as a 50-something-year-old person, I started this journey of putting myself first not too long ago, but it's still practice. I still have to practice that.
I say the same thing in marriage or anything like that. It's like you've been this way for X amount of years. And then that person been this for X amount of years, and you're trying to put that together. It's a lot.
It is.
That's a lot. So I think one thing I've realized is you have to give yourself grace, despite the fact of your childhood being short-lived. It plays a major role in your adulthood.
Huge. A
major one. I mean, girl, don't get it on mental health, because people always
go there, because that's my space too. I'm in the mental health world too as well.
Right. Like people always ask me, like, do you think that you were mentally stable during your breast cancer journey. I will say I was in goddess queen mode, is survivor mode.
Yes. Yes. You had to, because that's what you needed to do. That's what you knew to do.
Right. But do I think it was the healthiest for me mentally?
Wow. You know, I had a person that I would call Victoria. Victoria was a lot more like, ooh, like out there and wasn't scared. And then when I remember hearing about Sasha Fierce, when Beyonce talked about her, Sasha Fierce, you know, and I started calling myself Victoria whenever I was going out in college. And when people asking my name, I would say, oh, my name is Victoria. Because I always thought that Victoria was like, don't mess with Victoria. It's a very like victorious. And Victoria helped me through some things.
Yep.
But it really wasn't me. I was protecting Claudita, the little girl version of me.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until recently, very last 5 years, where I'm like, you know, I haven't had to call on Victoria in a while. I was like, okay, that's a good thing.
But see, you know what's crazy? It's like there's part like the goddess queen when she comes out, you know.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know, I think that's amazing because she's able to look at things in a very great perspective.
Yes.
But then it's like when you're healing, you have a season, like when you're healing, and it's like you have to really work on those things within. Like you said, you have to talk to the inner Claudia and be like, hey, you know, what's going on? That is what they don't talk about after going through all the
things.
Yeah, all the surgeries.
Yeah. So you found out. You had your team around you, husband. What did he say first? What did mom say?
Girl, I was crying. And it's sad because I was always used to like just laugh through it. Just keep going.
You did say how you use humor. Is that your source? Is that what were the sources that got you? You said humor. How did you? I mean, were you a funny kid growing up? How did you get to this?
I think it's like, okay, there's this quote. It says, life is a journey. Sometimes you have to just let it happen. Embrace the adventure of the unknown is what makes life worth living.
I love that. I think I've seen it or heard it somewhere before.
I'm one of those people that is like, I don't know. I grew up with sometimes a mom that would be just nagging. She just be, you know, that mom that's like, I'm one of those people. It's like we could either sit and like nag in it, or we could sit and try to have fun in it.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's like we gonna be on this roller coaster. So how you want it to. You have the option to choose that perspective.
It's how you're gonna look at it.
Yeah. And so I wanted to look at it from a lens of like, if this is gonna be my last straw, I'm gonna have fun.
Fun with it. Have fun with your last straw. Then put on your roller. When you get on a roller coaster, put on your seatbelt and let's go.
Right. And so I looked at it from a different lens, but in that moment when I was sitting there, I mean, my doctor walks in, she's crying. So then my mother-in-law and my husband, he's crying.
Yeah.
And I think for me, the hardest part is because I was always brought up to like care for everybody else and then you care for yourself. The whole time during my journey, I was trying to make sure everybody else was okay.
When did you finally, was it when you became the goddess? Or what finally made you say, okay, I need to turn, like I got that spotlight on everybody. When did you turn it on yourself?
When I had to start physically healing.
Okay.
Ain't nothing like some sitting and healing time. I mean, whoa. Talk about having to do the inner work.
Yeah.
I had to start realize, like when my doctor would be like, relax. I'd be like, what is that?
Yeah. What does that look like and sound like?
Show me what that
model
looks like.
that for me.
Yeah. You have to stay still. You have to relax. I didn't know how to do that. You know, I knew like do this thing, boom, boom, everything's next. But in order to move to the next surgery, because they don't want you to keloid, and I was so young, and being more people of color keloid from after these surgeries. So they're like, you have to relax, you have to heal, you have to do all those things. So I had to sit and heal, not only externally, but internally. So I had to start, I just like, think about if you're go for up to 31 and you start like, oh my gosh, did you live the life that you really wanted to?
That's a lot of things to face and contend with. That's young too.
Very. And I was a newlywed. Oh yeah, I was a newlywed at that time.
Newlywed, in your 30s. Yeah. Baby. But here you are. Here you are. You're the goddess who is shining. Now, you took us through 7 surgeries. You had some stomach put up there in your headlights. How are you today? Like right now, are things still like, shining? Have you had some scares? What do you do to maintain, to make sure, like, if something pops up, what is it like? You go to yearly checkup. So like, let's say someone else is listening and might be going through something like this, so that way they can walk away with some education. Like, what can they do once they've already been through it? What happens afterwards?
Well, a lot. A lot happens afterwards. You start taking, you start being more present.
Okay.
You start being more present, and you start really realizing the importance of, when you talk to people and their last time, did you build them up or did you tear them down? But you also have to start seeing how I got to the point where I had cancer in my body. How do I make sure that doesn't happen again? What are the precautions that I take? So I had the opportunity, because I used to be a professor at a culinary school, and I taught public speaking for them. So my students were like, we're gonna meal plan for you. We're gonna help you make your meals and stuff. So I got on like an eating regimen. A lot of people ask me like, why don't you look different after you've gone through cancer? Well, because I started taking care of my health. Like I lost a lot of weight after going through cancer, but girl, it got me in the shape I want to be in. Okay.
I'm not gonna be mad.
Yeah, like I shed like 250 pounds.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So that's like, you're talking about a transformation, not your body, mind, soul, food intake. Probably
a lot of people say I do not look like what I used to look like before cancer. It's like a lot of shedding. It's a lot of shedding.
It's everything. It's when you talk about going through something like this, you're not talking about just like, let's do the surgery, let's do the medication, but it's like a whole life transformation. Now, I want to take you to the entrepreneur part.
Right.
Talk how you took this experience, and how did it fuel? Did it fuel it? Did it create it? Talk about your entrepreneur. What do you do? And how can people follow you? And what do you want them to take away with the gift that you have?
So I'm not gonna lie. I'm one of those entrepreneurs that is a serial entrepreneur. So
I love it.
And so my first entrepreneur thing that I did was, at that time, me and my husband have a IT infrastructure company.
Okay.
And so I was doing that on top of being a public speaking professor contract, on top of just doing things within the community. So I was already doing certain things. So for me personally, that was the fuel to kind of help me through my chemotherapy.
Yeah.
That kept me going.
Yeah.
But as far as like entrepreneur stuff, my husband was like, hey, you can quit your job. I was like, I don't want to quit my job being a public speaking professor, because that was what was fueling me.
That's your passion. Like, that was, yeah.
Right. I was like, let me not have to do this. So he allowed the opportunity for me to not have to be helping as far as with that. And he took that, you know, and still is doing it.
Yeah.
And then I had the opportunity to still be doing my job as far as being a public speaking professor. For me personally, it was fueling to me that if these are going to be my last days, never, you know, you never know when you're in a cancer journey. I want to make sure that I'm pouring out everything that's in me. One thing that I realized, like as a professor, was like, we have the opportunity to plant seeds in people.
Yeah.
And you can either see that seed grow, or you can see it, you know, harvest. It's a lot of different levels to it.
Yeah.
And for me, one thing that really fueled me to just, you know, be here was seeing my students daily and inspiring them and lifting them. And they would be like, oh my gosh, like you need to just keep doing this. Like when we have conversations with you, like it really helps us. And I was like, really?
Oh
like,
my. Yes.
So
yes.
They encouraged me to do more. And so I just went on to do more, and I ended up being in radio and talking about like how it's been as far as like being an entrepreneur and your mental health, and also going through my cancer journey. And people were like, what is going on with you? So it was healing to be, and a lot of people might be like, how can you be inspiring when you're going through what you're going through? But you have to shift a lot of stuff within yourself. And so because I've always been an educator, anytime I learned something new, I wanted to pour out and teach others. And that's what fuels me. That's what helps me to keep going.
Yeah. Are you introvert, extrovert, a little bit of both?
I'm an ambivert.
Okay. Yes. When
it's because I was diagnosed in 2018. Okay. When was COVID?
Wow. 2020.
Okay.
How did you survive?
Right. Okay. So before going through cancer, I was an extreme extrovert, right?
Yeah.
Then going through healing, and then, you know, I had a pre-COVID before COVID. So then I had to stay inside and heal. And trust and believe, me and my mother-in-law would go to Dollar Tree, and she'd be like, don't sneeze by her. She'll die. She has cancer. And I'd be like, Mom,
oh my gosh.
What is wrong with you?
I'm surprised she didn't like wrap you up in bubble wrap and put a mask on you and like get some umbrellas.
I love her pieces. Was definitely the best caregiver ever. We had the best field trips.
Yes.
But
I love it. The field trip.
We did have field trips.
I want to know what other field trips you did.
Oh, we went to the museum.
Oh, so cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it made me also, so the reason why I say ambivert, which is an introvert, extrovert, is because you're having to be inside so long that you never get to go outside. So then I learned to like who I am as an individual. Like I like being with myself. I like going to the movies by myself. Before I always felt like I had to be around others in order to get that recharge. Now
I feel you.
I know how to do that within myself. So ambivert. If somebody cancel on me, I'll be like, baby, it is fine. Okay. I'm about to have fun with myself.
I know. I'm about to go take a nap.
I'm gonna go do whatever I want.
You know, I thought I was an extrovert, and I would gain whenever I would do presentations or be, you know, an MC for something, or do the show, right? I do trainings too, where I train folks.
Right.
And, so I would gain energy from that.
Yes.
That was before COVID.
I'm telling you, COVID switched up the game.
It did for me too. Now it was hard for me at first because I'd be like, okay, who wants to do FaceTime? Who's gonna want to do happy hour online with me? People were checking on me like, are you all right? I'm like, no. So, but now I thought, is it because of menopause? Is it because of age? Is it because I'm just, I'm just like, I'm at the age where I'm like, I don't care, I'm good. But I do now when I give trainings, which I give my all, and I love
Right,
training.
right.
Of doing, passing on information. Like when you're sharing that about being the professor with the students, and I'm like, oh my God, I could totally relate.
Yes.
Now when I do it, I'm like, I need to be in a room by myself.
Girl.
Before I'd be like, yeah, what's next? And now I'm just like, I'm good.
I'm good. That's what I tell you. I used to be like, oh, I want to be outside. If I go outside, my friends know it. If I go outside, oh, like it's the goddess queen that's coming out. Okay.
Goddess queen is making her appearance.
Yeah, she's coming out for y'all. But leave it to Penny Ray. Baby, please, she'll be in this house.
Yes, yes. No, you know what? Okay. So, and I thought, and okay, so I did have COVID, and that was kind of rough. And I did end up with having a panic attacks and anxiety attacks, but we're good now.
That's good.
Because I started to say I don't have anxiety. I'm feeling anxious about something, and therapy helped. So
Girl,
yeah.
Therapy does help.
Yes.
I said Jesus and therapy for me.
That's right. Lots of praying.
For
Sometimes
real.
out loud, sometimes in my head. Sometimes I don't make a nice face when I'm doing it, but oh well, you gotta do it.
Yeah.
So okay, so entrepreneur. It sounds like you were creating, like, when I really connected with you when you talked about the students, because that's my education is my background, and creating those spaces for kids, for students to reach their potential, for you to share your story, like you shared your story, so that they can realize, especially now, kids are, I don't want to say kids because everybody else is younger.
I know.
They're used to getting everything at a touch of a button.
Right.
You can order food, you can order a movie, you can
instant
binge.
gratification.
Yeah, instant gratification. So now it's like, how do you, provide a space for them to realize that, hey, when you want something, there's a struggle. It doesn't happen with it doesn't happen with a swipe.
It's funny. I would make them for like their finals.
Yeah.
Like, well, for their midterms, I would make them do a vision board.
Oh.
And they'd be like, what, Fish Hill? Like, why do we have to? And that's how they talk, okay?
I know.
I know. They'd be like, why do we have to do vision boards? I was like, because every time I ask y'all what y'all doing when it's time for y'all to graduate, nobody's able to answer me. And it's really pissing me off. Because if I go wherever I go, what are y'all gonna do? And because I don't have kids, like, this is my kids.
Those are your babies. Yeah. And you're like, vested in them.
Right. And so I'm like, I need y'all to do well for yourselves. And it's crazy. Like, now, that's why I'm, also a small business coach now, because what I was challenging them to do in their vision boards, a lot of them graduated. They went to go be entrepreneurs. And then now they're like, hey, we got these small businesses. Are you going to help us? So guess what?
Guess who brought back in? It's like full circle here.
It's a full circle. So now I'm a small business coach. So now I can be able to help them with resources, capital, investing in the community. So because they believed in me.
And you believed in them. Look at this. You're inspiring me right now, because there's some things I got to do to continue putting this show out there and getting like more sponsors and getting, you're just like, okay, you're making me think like, what else can I do? So we're going to be meeting again and again.
I'm down for it.
And we're at the end of our, it's gone so fast. I know. But I just want to, I'm not going to ask the rest of the questions, because that just means that I got to bring you back.
Okay.
But before we leave, if you had a chance to go back in time and talk to little Whitney, what advice would you give, like maybe tween Whitney? Little goddess queen, little goddess princess to be.
I would let her know that, and just like I say this every time, You are seen, you are heard, you are loved, you are valued, and despite your imperfections, you are perfect just the way you are.
I had to stop and let Claudita hear that. Thank you. Thank you. And one last thing, because you said earlier that you pour out to your family, your friends, to your students, when you speak, when you give your wisdom, your goddess queen energy. What do you do to pour back in to you? I know you said that you get energy back from people and the experiences, but what is it that you do for you? How do you fill that up again?
So this room that we're in right now,
I love that. By the way, I love what you got behind you.
it's my inspiration.
Yes.
This is my everything room. Okay.
Mm.
But besides it being just my everything room, it's my prayer room.
Mm-hmm.
It's my worship time. It's just time to be able to be in me.
Yes.
And really talk to me and then be able to pour into my Heavenly Father.
Mm.
And so my favorite scripture is John 15:5.
Mm.
And it's, I am the vine and you are the branches. And if you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. And without me, you are nothing.
Mm.
And so I always tell people that the reason why I'm here is because of really aligning to that scripture.
Yeah.
And because of it, I'm able to more align and be able to be poured into. The more I have time with him,
Yes.
I be telling people,
Yes.
let me have my time.
Yes. Yes. I love that. Thank you so much for being
Yes.
vulnerable, for sharing, for inspiring, for motivating, and just know that this is not the end. And don't go anywhere, even though you're going to be off camera, because we're going to do a little modeling shoot with our feather boas.
I love it.
But I want to say thank you. Thank you so
you,
much.
Lily.
I know we rescheduled many times, but it was meant to be, especially on this day, and we will schedule
11.
again. And we got to, yes, and keep moving until we made it happen.
I love it.
And we will meet in person. And I also want to extend some invitations, because I belong to the National Hispanic Professional Organization, and what we do is we promote small businesses within the Latino community, but we build bridges with anyone, with everyone. When we have meetings, we want to make it diverse. We have opportunities for people to put out their tables and share their services, and if they have a product. So this is only the beginning of us connecting, because there's more to come. I just know that.
Y'all better get ready.
That's right. I want to see a lot of feather boas and pinkness coming through. But Whitney Ray Hill, thank you so much. And you will be coming back. So this was my amazing, the goddess queen, Whitney Ray Hill. She is a Cancer, I don't want to say a thriver. You are thriving.
I am thriving.
Thriving, glowing, and goddessing. Thank you so much for being here today. Woo! Now, we're going to bring back Liliana. I don't know if you can hear me back there, but Liliana, she and I, we go way back. This is episode 321. We've been doing this 321 times. Now, I'm bringing back something called El Chanclazo en la Chulada. Well, we're going to start off with El Chanclazo first. And I don't have a chancla to throw right now because they're all in my room. But, this is Chanclazo time. And I just want to share. Have you ever been playing a game with people and they're always losing and then they end up changing the rules? Now, before I share this, what I'm going to share has something to do with my that's the chanclazo hitting, with my guests. These are totally my views and my opinions. Have nothing to do with my guests. They have nothing to do with RadioForCUSA.com. It has to do with me. Let's go, Comadre. Now, as you know, that chanclazo time is a time when I'm like, I don't like what's happening, and I'm going to call you out. So chanclazo goes to the Attorney General, Ken Paxton, because apparently they're not liking what FIEL is doing. FIEL is FIEL. And FIEL is an organization that was put together by one of my super compadres who's been on the show, Cesar, Espinosa, who put together an organization to support and help them through the process and bring to light matters, right? So apparently, Ken Paxton has a problem with him and the organization, and there's so many false accusations. But you know what? We're going to fight back to make sure that people have their human rights not taken away, despite what they sound like, what they look like. So I'm going to give a chanclazo sound to Ken Paxton for trying to take away Yale's status of non. That's one. Again, same person, same issue. He's got an issue with Jolt. Jolt, Jolt, was an organization that was created to make sure that the Spanish-speaking community or the bilingual Latino community, were given access to education, information about voting. They don't say you got to vote this way or that way. I have worked with them. All they do is come out and say, hey, you got to vote. Here's some stickers. Bring us to your organization. We're going to talk about voting, how to vote. They don't tell you who to vote for. So now he is bringing the same person's got an issue with people educating people about voting. And again, false accusations happening there too with the JOLT organization. They're just finding ways to make it more impossible for people to become engaged in the voting process. Now, La Super Comadre Claudia has always been talking about las elecciones, the elections, since we first started this 321 episodes ago. So, because that happened, I want to balance it out with La Chulada. So, I want you, Liliana, to bring on some people that I'm going to give the Chulada award. First of all, is Representative Cristina Morales, because she's going to have an event this weekend, and it's called Tamales and Conversaciones. That just means tamales and conversations. And she's going to have a couple of elected officials there, Mario Salinas being one, and they're going to talk about what's going on, get involved, what's happening here in your city, in your state. So I don't know if you can pull that up right now, Liliana. It's an invitation, Tamales and Conversaciones, which means tamales and conversations, your voice, your city, your candidate. So we're going to have Alejandra Salinas for Houston. She's running. I don't know if she's still running. Mario Salinas is a current council member, Representative Cristina Morales. There's an invitation for all to come out, get registered. We'll make sure you have the link. Come listen. Maybe you're not wanting to be knowing about this part of maybe this side of the aisle, but hey, I'm just inviting you. Just be open, come and listen. And if you're not involved and you're wondering, well, what can I do? What do I need to be doing? Come out to this conversation. They're going to have tamales there. Hey, they're going to feed your belly. Come and get your belly fed. Come and get your mind fed with a little bit of information and something that you can take away and kind of think about. It's not a time to fight and not a time to quarrel about this and that. It's just a time to listen. And that way you can make an educated decision when you go and vote. And all right, so La Chulada continues to go on to Representative Cristina Morales, as well as council members Joaquin Martinez, council member Mario Salinas, for calling out the current mayor, who has finally admitted, without admitting, that the Houston Police Department has been working with ICE, when in the beginning it was said that that was not happening. So we're going to give La Chulada to, again, Representative Cristina Morales, Mario Salinas, and where's my phone? Oh, I found it. And Joaquin Martinez, not Mario Salinas, Mario Castillo. He said, and I'm going to quote from his presser, Houston is a diverse city with a vibrant immigrant community built by people who came here seeking opportunity and belonging. That is who we are and what makes Houston special. Reports that HPD has been coordinating with ICE contradicts months of public statements to the contrary. Transparency is essential. So that was from our council member, Mario Castillo. We also have a little bit from a statement from council member Joaquin Martinez. As the son of an immigrant and representative of the council district home to Houston's largest Hispanic population, I want to speak directly to our immigrant community and especially our undocumented friends and neighbors during this time of heightened concern around federal immigration enforcement. Houston has long stood apart from other large cities because we've maintained trust and community partnership without turmoil or heavy-handed ICE presence. So, I just want to keep you guys informed. I'll put this on so that you can read it yourself. But at this point, this is, to me, again, the views that I'm sharing have everything to do with La Super Comadre, not with the radio station and not with my guest. All I'm asking for everyone is to be human right now, is to stop and think of the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And that transcends religion, that transcends language, just the action of smiling and waiting hello. Let's start with that. And you know what, better yet, let's roll it all the way back and start with looking in the mirror and telling yourself, hello, good morning, gorgeous, how are you? Because it all starts with you and where you're at. And you got to be in a good place too. Because right now, you need yourself because we need each other. And we need to start looking at folks in our leadership positions and those that want to go into leadership. We need to know where they stand. And do they stand for humanity? Do they stand for really connecting and doing what is appropriate, what is human? Because in the end, La Catrina, I don't know if you're familiar with the Day of the Dead, and if some of you might be, but Jose Guadalupe Posada created La Catrina. So we just had Dia de los Muertos where everybody paints their face with the skulls and they dress really beautifully. La Catrina was created during the Mexican Revolution to remind the Mexicans that had moved up in society and would look down at the Mexican population that did not. And he made this skull image wearing fancy clothes to remind those that had moved up that when you die, we all look the same underneath. So let's not forget that while we are alive, we are all the same underneath. We all eat the same. We all have the same organs. We all hunger. We all want the best for ourselves and for each other. So don't forget that. Take that to the voting booth. Take that to, if you can vote, vote. If you are not able to vote yet, tell the people that can to vote in your name. But make sure that you look, that you seek, that you understand, that you turn off all the noise and really look for factual information. And if you can find it, I will connect you to it. All right. So this has been La Super Comadre Claudia with La Chulada y El Chanclazo. And my amazing guest who came on today to remind us that even though you may go through some dark times, you got to bring out the goddess, queen, king, prince, princess, whatever in you to keep moving forward. Take time for yourself. Pour into your own cup so that you can pour into others. This has been La Super Comadre Claudia of RadioCrystalUSA.com. Adiós y nos vemos a la próxima. Cuídense. Gracias por haber estado aquí en el show Catching Up with Claudia. ¿Tan tan? ¿Ya terminamos? Ok, bye.